Okay, here's my latest podcast. Of course, I'm Herb Lair, and you can find me on YouTube. And here's the creator of my graphics, JJ Childers. Okay, my latest podcast is about how it's important to find people that you can trust in artificial intelligence. And I wanted to make that point. There's some real clear indications that a lot of the government and state government and maybe even federal government are shying away from DeepSeek, and of course it's Chinese, much like TikTok and some others. And always going to be a question here, but there's been a lot of factors that's been brought up where there's been a lot of fake voices and fake videos, and there's a lot of opposition. But there is a need for a price of a product that competes with DeepSeek, and I think that what I'm making the point is, and if you've seen some of the videos on this, on the people from Argentina, is that I've had over 30 years to vet the people that's involved, and particularly Pablo Abdian, who's the CEO of the company, and their CTO. He is a graduate of MIT, and there's a lot of things that go along with that as far as credibility, and also the fact of being honest and trustworthy. So the corporation is one that could be very beneficial, and I want to make the point that I have a lot of contacts and friends in the industry because I was in the cable industry for so long, and one of them was Mark Cuban. I met him early on. He was manning a booth at a cable show where I was too, and we had a good conversation. He was on a lot of the panels, and so I maintained some contact there. But I'm trying to work this out where it would be a good opportunity for Little Rock, because I think there's a good cultural connection here. Even in my trips to Buenos Aires, which there were numerous, there's probably over 30, I did get to know the ambassador, James Cheek, who was from Little Rock, and he was the U.S. ambassador down here. So there is a connection here, and a lot of travel that's been down here, even from former Governor Jim Gottucker. He was in Argentina. So there's an opportunity there, and I'm not going to say it's exactly like FedEx, but FedEx looked at Little Rock and then eventually end up in Memphis. So I think there's a need for some action, and whether it's a Little Rock Chamber or other people involved, or getting Mark Cuban involved, and maybe possibility of Dallas, that's the other option. So I think this is a real life situation, and there's some urgency. So hopefully there will be some notice of this and some action taken. But you can see that I've made quite a bit of effort on this, and I've worked with several people on it, and I'm waiting to see some results as far as interest in the Little Rock community, whether it's through business leaders or through the education or other people that I've made contact with. There's a lot of association. So hopefully, I'm kind of gotten to the point where my health is kind of recovering now, and I'm going to start taking a real proactive action on this versus reactive. So look at this, and you might go back and look at some of the others. I did a recap, and I done some others on the trip that they did and the presentations they made on March 3rd. So we're getting into 60 days, and I kind of use the Hamilton song, One Shot. In some ways, I look at some ways my one shot, and I'm going to take all the advantages I can. I'm a facilitator, but I'm an entrepreneur too. So hopefully, some of the things will go as planned, and we can do some things about making Little Rock a leader in as far as the artificial intelligence. But if not, so be it.
Feels
Thanks.
like, Mark, this was a goalposts moving moment for AI and how we're all going to relate to it as investors. Do you feel that way too?
Well, it certainly has been perceived that way. I mean, I think it's still too early to tell. You know, I try to geek out and learn more about mixture of experts and the way they're doing their models and all that stuff. So, you know, I think it's still too early. But I think what really changes is it's not just a race to raise as much money as you can in order to be a player. And it also impacts regulation. Because before, when we talked about AI regulation, the presumption was all these companies, the Metas, the Googles, et cetera, OpenAI, they were so big they needed to be regulated because there really weren't up-and-comers that could disrupt them. Now, if all this plays out the way it appears to, the message is, you know, bring on the 12-year-olds, you know, bring on the disruptors who can come in here and change the AI game. You know, there's an old saying, when you run with the elephants, there's the quick and the dead. And we finally found somebody quick who can run with the elephants. And now the question is, can the elephants run with the quick companies like DeepSeek? And I think you're going to see a lot more entries into the AI space. I think you'll see a lot of more private investment into small up-and-coming companies.
I've shown you how imposters can use artificial intelligence to clone voices on the phone.
It's literally a matter of dragging and dropping audio clips into this program.
That's it.
As a way to scam loved ones or colleagues who think they're talking to you.
Hello? Busy. I forgot my corporate card.
Oh, no.
But as technology advances, the scams do too. Experts now warning you can't always trust what you see. Take this case in Florida. The owner of a title company, Lauren Albrecht, was trying to verify the identity of a woman who was selling property.
Margaret?
And luckily caught on.
After the second pause, I realized, like, this is 100% a video playing on a loop. It is not real.
Her first clue?
Margaret, can you raise your right hand?
The fake person could not. That's a red flag. But not every scam gets caught.
We are seeing horrible extortions that are happening to individuals, to grandmas, to grandpas. We're seeing CEOs being attacked. We're seeing organizations being attacked.
Hani Farid is a professor at UC Berkeley and co-founder of Get Real Labs, which works to detect deep fakes.
So let me share my screen here.
We asked his team to show us just how convincing AI can make a video call using material of me they could find online.
It's about 7 seconds, okay?
Hey, sweetie, can you pick up milk, eggs, and cereal at the store on your way home tonight? Thanks. See you later tonight.
Oh my. These pre-produced videos troubling enough, but Farid says there's more.
Now what I can do is in real time on a video call like this one, I could be a deep fake.
Good morning, baby.
The man you see here in the lower left demonstrating how to pull off the ruse through live video chat using AI to superimpose a face on top of his own in real time. A new report by the Alliance to Counter Crime Online warns of a tsunami of fraud using deepfake technology. In Hong Kong, an employee sent $25 million to a fraudster, thinking senior officers from the company had instructed her to make the transfer on a video conference.
We're trying to sound an alarm, and we're also trying to urge our lawmakers to do more to regulate these dangerous technologies.
Experts say every family should create a code word to verify their identities to each other.
This is the world we're entering in. It's now the physical interactions that are the only things we trust.
Because seeing is no longer believing.
No, you're constantly having to be on the defense. So you talked about a code word. Good idea. What's some other things people can do to protect themselves?
So, for example, if you get a video call, Lester, from someone you think you know and it doesn't feel right, maybe they're asking for your personal information or money, hang up, call the person back, make sure you really know who you're.
Important information. Thanks.
Artificial intelligence has entered the picture. They were talking about a lot of money that's being lost by seniors because of people using artificial intelligence to scam. So it's a different world there.
Interview, but I have a quick question.
The words on the screen are playing my voice.
I need you to text me your driver's license number as soon as you can.
Americans lost nearly $9 billion to fraud last year alone, up more than 150% in just 2 years.
Mom, these bad men have me. Help me, help me, help me.
Jennifer DeStefano recently told U.S. senators about a terrifying phone call she got from scammers using the voice of her 15-year-old daughter.
This man gets on very aggressive. Listen here, I have your daughter. And then that's when I went into panic mode.
But her daughter was safe in bed. The call was an increasingly popular AI scam targeting people with the computer-generated voices of their loved ones.
This man comes on the phone. He said, "You're going to give me $5,000.
I heard our daughter on the phone. Like, it was unmistakably her.
Younger people experience fraud and fraud losses more often than older people. But it's that older adult who has so much to lose.
Even my own mother fell for the fake voice.
I feel bad. I feel terrible. We just scammed my mom. Did you just get a call from me?
Asking for my driver's license number?
Yes. That was an AI-generated voice.
Oh, God, Carter, that's scary. Is this the real you now?
This is the real me now.
You give me the code word, the family code word. That way I'll know it's you.
She's got it. Oh, okay.
To protect yourself, Nicoletti says every family should use a code word. And if you're still not sure, call the person back yourself. Finally, make your social media accounts private.
Everybody's bragging about where they are and what they're doing.
They're really giving away valuable information.
They're giving away their identity.
And he says the technology is getting so good, soon voice cloning will be in real time.
The voice is being converted from my voice to your voice, so I can have a conversation with another person with your clone voice.
So that's where we're headed.
That's where we're headed.
For CBS Mornings, I'm Carter Evans in Los Angeles.
Okay, the other part of that is why or how artificial intelligence has affected investments. I know you probably, I mean, some of you have individual stocks, but if you have an IRA or a 401k from business, you've probably seen a significant drop, and there has been some recovery, but it's not the same stocks that go down that go back up, so you're kind of in a position where you can lose unless you do some shifts in your investments to make a recovery. It's hard to do anything. What's happened there is countries like Canada and Mexico and even China, they figured out ways through their artificial intelligence to really outsmart the U.S. and any bluffing they try to do. Canada's got workarounds and trades because of the global warning that our administration has kind of ignored, but it is a factor. And there are routes now that are open that can make trades for Canada, and we're seeing some things with Mexico as well. But China, they're calling the bluff. They're pushing back. Trump tried to use the idea that there's an open discussion about trade, and it helped the market, and it jumped up. But then China said there's nothing to it as far as a lot of discussion. So they know that they've got the upper hand, and that's one of the things I wanted to kind of illustrate. The things about artificial intelligence and how this group from Argentina can be a factor. They can make cities like Little Rock compete with the East Coast or New York or even out in Silicon Valley. So it's really important to kind of develop a relationship there with the people from Argentina. They have some of the same tools that we saw from Hangzhou and some of the things that's going on there in artificial intelligence, and I think it's a good time to bring those people into the picture, particularly on the local front, and they can be used for certain companies, and they could be used as a resource for the government if they're trying to use artificial intelligence. So I wanted to make that point along with some of the others, why you need to be up to speed on artificial intelligence at this time and access the skills that the people like your people in Argentina. Again, I point out that one of the guys that made a presentation here has got an MIT background and probably one of the best in the business, as well as other people that I've known through the years. So hopefully that'll bring another importance to what has been said and done. You need to know more about the artificial intelligence in order to combat it. And there's a lot of other things that's out there. But I thought if you went back and kind of saw some of the things I've done with my podcast and some of the people I brought in, the Argentina people are friends of over 30 years as far as Pablo Abdian, and he has a friend that has a degree from MIT, so he's Pablo Abdian for over 30 years. We met in Buenos Aires a few years back, and so we've always maintained a good personal and professional relationship. Pablo Abdian and Zubar come to make a presentation. Zubar is, of course, MIT grad, so he has a lot of credentials. Well, of course, my story is that I'm 81 years old and I have Parkinson's, and I didn't want that to be the primary part of the story, but I had this vision of the people coming in and doing this presentation. So. Well, on March the 4th, there was a great event happened. I think some of you may be aware of the artificial intelligence that we had. We had some experts in from Argentina, and they have a different perspective in the sense that they have some engineers that have done a lot of creative things over the years, whether it's virtual reality or near virtual reality or Internet of Things. And I've had a long-term relationship with Pablo Abdian. We met over 30 years ago in Argentina when I was doing some cable TV software customer care, and he helped me in that, and we've worked together over the years. So I thought I'd give you an intro and then bring you into a recent report and review that was made by UA Little Rock and some other independent views on what's happening in artificial intelligence.
UA Little Rock hosts Tech Launch Panel on AI investment with Argentinian experts. Angelita Fowler. March 19, 2025. A special Tech Launch event at UA Little Rock featured a panel discussion on AI trends, bringing together experts from Solara Labs to explore the future of artificial intelligence and its impact on business and technology. On March 4th, Marla Johnson, UA Little Rock's Tech Entrepreneur in Residence, moderated while over 40 UA Little Rock students, faculty, and industry leaders asked Zubair Talib, an AI expert with an MIT background and executive director at Solara Labs, and Pablo Abdian, CEO and co-founder of Solara Labs, a wide range of questions about AI. The event provided insights into AI-first products, business opportunities, and challenges associated with AI integration. Abdian referenced AI Superpowers, a book that explores the global impact of AI, noting that societies that cultivate AI knowledge will drive the future. Abdian also highlighted the company's approach to AI innovation, emphasizing the importance of flexibility in AI technology development. We have always remained agnostic in our use of technology, Abdian said. Rather than committing to a single major provider like Google or Microsoft, we integrate the best available tools while adding a personalized touch that makes our solutions adaptable. One of the key takeaways from the discussion was the significant cost associated with AI implementation. Abdian explained that developing AI solutions accounts for only 15 to 20% of total costs, while 25 to 30% is tied to infrastructure and deployment. However, the most substantial expense, over 50%, comes from the cultural shift within organizations. Many companies underestimate the impact of AI on their workforce, Abdian explained. AI adoption requires careful planning to help employees adapt, rather than simply replacing them. Talib underscored the importance of a systematic approach to AI investment, particularly in light of rapid technological advancements. He warned against rushing into AI-driven projects without proper planning, emphasizing the need for a step-by-step approach. Companies often lose money by implementing AI solutions prematurely, he said. A thoughtful incremental process ensures businesses maximize their return on investment. The panelists discussed real-world applications of AI, including a predictive model for football game outcomes that initially boasted 94% accuracy, but later failed due to an unexpected social factor. Team members' personal conflicts, specifically not realizing when one player's wife was cheating with another player. The experience led Solara Labs to incorporate social media data into their predictive models, demonstrating the importance of external influences on AI performance. When asked about AI's impact on future generations, Abdian stressed the need to balance hard and soft skills in education, while Talib highlighted the importance of creative intuition in navigating AI advancements. If technology becomes cheaper and easier to use, the real question is, what will you build? Talib asked. The discussion also addressed the global AI investment landscape. Talib acknowledged the U.S. as a leader in AI, engaged in a competitive race with China. Everyone is experimenting in some capacity, he said. When asked about AI investment strategies, he advised business owners to seek efficiency and reduced risk through AI implementation, emphasizing the value of domain expertise over solely technological advances. In response to a question about what Little Rock can learn from Argentina's entrepreneurial culture, Abdian emphasized relentless problem solving. In Argentina, when we face a challenge, we don't stop until it's fixed, he said. How do you awaken that instinct in students? That's the key to fostering innovation. The panel concluded with a discussion on the state of Arkansas's potential for AI-driven business growth. Talib noted the state's rich healthcare and agricultural systems are industries ripe for AI integration. Success begets success, he said, encouraging local businesses to experiment with AI solutions to drive innovation and efficiency. The Tech Launch panel was part of UA Little Rock's ongoing efforts to connect students and entrepreneurs with global technology leaders with an emphasis on AI's evolving role in business and society. View more stories in community, featured homepage. Tags Innovation Marla Johnson to a Little Rock Tech Launch.
Hustle to get this together is to have the right people here and also the right topics. So we've tried to broaden the topics. You're going to find the people here. Some really high-powered artificial intelligence people coming in. I think that some of the information has not been very clear because this is not a tech conference. This is not a bunch of tech people getting together. This is about today. This is about you today and how you interact with artificial intelligence. You get that?
On GMA. Retailer Walmart has just revealed how it will use artificial intelligence to create a new shopping experience. Elizabeth Schultz spoke with the CEOs behind it. Good morning, Elizabeth.
Good morning, George. This year's CES is all about how artificial intelligence can help people in their day-to-day lives, and Walmart is betting big that it will change how we shop in stores and online. We had the opportunity to sit down with the CEOs of Walmart and tech titan Microsoft to talk about the benefits of AI and also its risks. This morning, an ABC News exclusive. Walmart taking us inside its retail revolution, using artificial intelligence to transform the way we shop. At the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas, the world's biggest retailer launching new features, like the option to virtually shop with friends, trying on outfits in its app, and instantly getting feedback from those you trust.
You can also share that with someone else digitally to say, do you like this sweater or not? My friends might say no more often than say yes.
Walmart CEO Doug McMillon also touting expanded search capabilities on its site. Customers can now search for a phrase like football watch party instead of individual items to put in your cart.
We get to move away from this baby talk search where we're trying to find chips and drinks and a 90-inch television and say, how do I prepare a great watch party? And it brings back across the top the categories you're looking for and then serves up a list of items that you can choose to host that great party.
The feature uses technology from Microsoft, which has invested billions of dollars into ChatGPT maker OpenAI.
It's all about being able to take the technology, as powerful as it is, but translating it into everyday use cases.
Are you concerned that the guardrails aren't in place for how quickly this technology is moving.
The guardrails have to be developed in parallel with the benefits and the use cases. So this is not something we think about after the fact.
Between juggling groceries and life, sometimes you could really use a little extra help. Also in the pipeline from Walmart, in-home replenishment, using AI to predict what products you need at home, then delivering them straight to your fridge or closet.
There's a Walmart associate that has a one-time code to our garage door. They put the perishable food in the refrigerator, put the ambient product next to it, and we're in stock.
Some people might hear that and say, that sounds a little bit like a privacy concern. Someone has my garage code, they know what's in my house. That makes me a little bit nervous.
Over time, I think what people have learned is that if you're doing business with someone you trust, and we can save you time, I think there'll be more adoption of this over time, where we're literally replenishing the things that people want to have in their homes all the time.
So that updated search function is available now on Apple devices. I pressed Walmart CEO on if there will be bumps in the road as this new tech is rolled out. He said it will get better and smarter as time goes on. Guys.
All right, I know it's about convenience, maybe a little too convenient, but thank you so much for that, Elizabeth.
Back now with our series AI Revolution, and in focus tonight, jobs, how they're performed, how they're changing, and the potential risks that AI poses to them. To find out, Jake Ward went to the nation's largest private employer.
Once upon a time, Jose Avila had to have an incredible memory. Were you supposed to have memorized where everything is?
Yes.
And great shoes.
So I would have to actually take them to the items that they needed, so from one end to the store to the other.
But today, an AI-powered app shows where everything is and needs to go.
It's making my job much easier.
Walmart is already a cost-cutting machine, and yet the company wants to be even more streamlined. Sanjay Radhakrishnan is in charge of making that happen.
How can you possibly grow more efficient than you currently are?
Jacob, that's where I think technology will play a key enabling role. We are transforming our supply chain and our store operations.
And as we saw in this California superstore, AI is how they plan to do it. When trucks arrive to be offloaded, AI has already organized the pallets inside. It looks disorganized to me.
But if I understand correctly, AI is telling you through the phone where everything is and where it should go.
Yes, we'll have to open up our camera and hold up our work device, and then it's going to tell us what boxes need to go out.
Sensors in every aisle spot things as small as a freezer door left open. And AI even organizes the shelves.
Then we can learn and say, okay, did two facings of this do better than maybe putting another brand in there another flavor in there, right?
Walmart is the nation's largest private employer, and what they decide to do when it comes to efficiency sets national standards. So when they decide to adopt AI, it has implications for the whole country.
And that, of course, raises a crucial question for workers.
Does AI, do you think, forecast a world in which you won't need as many humans in this store?
We view technology as helping our associates to evolve physically demanding jobs into more fulfilling, higher skilled job roles. So over time, we believe that we'll be about the same or more number of associates in the company.
As a retail worker, can I sort of relax about my job in the future, do you think?
No, I don't think that you can.
Experts say the number of jobs may remain the same, but people without the right skills won't get them.
There are increasing frictions in the workplace such that it is harder for workers to transition from one job to a new job.
Avila, the store lead, says workers here are happier in the age of AI.
Our head count and our turnover is much better from 2 years ago. Yeah, much better.
Now we'll see how working in a world of low prices and high efficiency compares to shopping in one. Jake Ward, NBC News, Gilroy, California.
Scholarship to King's College. I probably shouldn't brag, but dag, I'm amazed and astonished. The problem is I got a lot of brains but no polish. I gotta holler just to be heard with every word I drop knowledge. I'm a diamond in the rough, a shining piece of coal, trying to reach my goal. My power of speech unimpeachable. Only 19, but my mind is older. These New York City streets get colder. I shoulder every burden, every disadvantage I've learned to manage. I don't have a gun to brandish. I walk these streets famished. The plan is to fan this spark into a flame, but damn, it's getting dark, so let me spell out the name. I am the A-L-E-X-A-N-D-E-R. We are meant to be a colony that runs independently. We want keep shitting on us endlessly. Essentially, they tax us relentlessly. Then King George turns around, runs a spending spree. He ain't never gonna set his descendants free. So there will be a revolution in this century. Enter me.
He says in parentheses.
Don't be shocked when your history book mentions me. I will lay down my life if it sets us free. Eventually, you'll see my ascendancy. And I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. And yo, I'm just like my country. I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. And yo, I'm just like my country. I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot. It's time to take a shot.
I dream of life without a monarchy. The unrest in France will lead to anarchy. Anarchy, how you say? Oh, anarchy. When I fight, I make the other side panicky with my shot. Yo, I'm a tailor's apprentice, and I got y'all knuckleheads and local parentis. I'm joining a rebellion, cause I know it's my chance to socially advance. Instead of sewing some pants, I'm gon' take a shot. But we'll never be truly free until those in bondage have the same rights as you and me. You and I do or die. Wait till I sally in on a stallion with the first black battalion. Have another shot. Geniuses, lower your voices. You keep out of trouble and you double your choices. I'm with you, but the situation is fraught. You've got to be carefully taught. If you talk, you're gonna get shot.
Bird, check what we got. Mr. Lafayette, hard rock like Lancelot. I think your pants look hot. Lawrence, I like you a lot. Let's hatch a plot blacker than the kettle calling the pot. What are the odds of God will put us all in one spot? Pop in a squad in conventional wisdom, like it or not. A bunch of revolutionary manumission abolitionists. Give me a position, show me where the ammunition is. Oh, am I talking too loud? Sometimes I get overexcited, shoot off at the mouth. I never had a group of friends before. I promise that I'll make y'all proud.
Let's get this guy in front of a crowd.
I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. Hey, yo, I'm just like my country. I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. Hey, yo, I'm just like my country. I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot.
Everybody sing!
Whoa, 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 hey, whoa.
Brother that he's gotta rise up. Tell your sister that she's gotta rise up. When are these colonies gonna rise up? 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 Rise up!
I imagine death so much it feels more like a memory. When's it gonna get me? In my sleep, 7 feet ahead of me. If I see it coming, do I run or do I let it be? Is it like a beat without a melody? See, I never thought I'd live past 20. Where I come from, some get half as many. Ask anybody why we living fast and we laugh, reach for a flash. We have to make this moment last. That's plenty, scratch that. This is not a moment, it's the movement. Where all the hungriest brothers with something to prove went. Foes oppose us, we take an honest stand. We roll like Moses, claiming our promised land. And if we win our independence, is that a guarantee of freedom for our descendants? Or will the blood we shed begin an endless cycle of vengeance and death with no defendants? I know the action in the street is exciting, but Jesus, between all the bleeding and fighting I've been reading and writing, we need to handle our financial situation. Are we a nation of states? What's the state of our nation? I'm past patiently waiting, I'm passionately smashing every expectation, every action's an act of creation. I'm laughing in the face of casualties of sorrow. For the first time I'm thinking past tomorrow. And I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. Hey, yo, I'm just like my country. I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot. We gonna rise up, time to take a shot. We gonna rise up, time to take a shot. We gonna rise up, rise up. It's time to take a shot. Rise up, rise up. It's time to take a shot. Rise up. It's time to take a shot. Rise up. Take a shot, shot, shot. Hey, yo, it's time to take a shot. Time to take a shot. And I am not throwing away my shot.
Well, as you can probably tell, I'm feeling better and kind of back on the project of trying to get this thing worked out with Little Rock. And the Argentina experts on artificial intelligence. I think it would be a great alternative to the DeepSeek thing that came out of Hangzhou. Again, I mentioned I had an opportunity to make a presentation in Hangzhou and spend some time there with some of the engineers, as well as time I've spent in Argentina. So I'm very familiar with both sides of the issue, and I think that the Argentina experts, again, they have a relationship, and one of the friends of Pablo Abian is Zabar Tulab, and he has a MIT background, so a lot of things going that are very positive and would give an alternative to the Chinese version of AI, and also give some trustworthy people to be involved. And so I think whether it's in Little Rock or, with my friend Mark Cuban in Dallas, or whether the relationship here would prove to be the best place for the base, that's still yet to be determined. Although I think the Little Rock situation, from a cultural standpoint, is a better match, and I think the relationship there with the UA Little Rock, as far as the university, would be a great connection as well.